Okay, I think my microphone is finally working fine. It's been quite some time since I've done any video of any thoughts or anything that I've had. Some of you have kept up with some of my writings and posts, but I haven't posted anything in quite some time now, about 8 days to be exact. But I've been thinking a lot about perspective as well as knowing your place in the world, in life, wherever it is you are. Um, and it has more to deal with calling and purpose than anything. And I guess the image that I have in my head, something that I could have written about, but just couldn't write it. So I'm going to attempt to speak it. And the image in my head is of a man or woman who's finally accepted their calling. They're no longer running from it. Um, they've given into it, and they're having a meeting with God. And God lays out the purpose for this individual, the course for this individual, and gives a list of everything that this person should do, address, and deal with in his or her ministry. You got point A, B, C, D, whatever. We'll stop at D. So we'll say A, B, C, D is what God has called this person to cover in their ministry, whether it be preaching, whether it be writing, whether it be community service, um, whatever form of ministry it is. Those are the issues or topics that this person would be responsible for taking care of. For some reason, there's this flare up in the area of E. And this individual that has been told directly by God Himself that A, B, C, and D are all I need you to worry about. But this person is looking out there and they're seeing out in the world this issue of E that is just crazy. It's out of hand. And they feel that, hey, I'm a minister, I'm a man of God, I'm a woman of God, I'm going to do it, I'm going to address it. So this person goes out and gets a rise out of the community. So everybody's up and everybody's standing up for justice or standing up for rights or whatever it is that needs to be fixed in the area of E. But the attitudes, the motives seem to be a little extreme. And the way that the community begins to address E is through a bit of a fight fire with fire attitude, payback or get back. That's the approach. And things just actually get worse because the perpetrators of E, who are already running amok and causing all kinds of problems out in society, are now on a higher alert for themselves to be even more extreme than what they were to start with, only because of the response of the community led by the minister of A through D. Now, somewhere off in another area of the country, there's another person who has accepted his or her calling. And he or she has a similar conversation with God, and God says, EFG is what I need you to take care of. But take care of E first because it's getting out of hand. So this person comes on the scene with a totally different approach of addressing E. And in the community, in the individuals, there's a different mentality. There is a different spirit amongst the people. One that is able to address the issue without making it worse. So the areas of E, let's say out on the West Coast, are being dealt with. We're seeing improvements. We're seeing progress. Yet the area of E over here in the South, where Minister Number One stepped out of line and out of his or her purpose, things just continue to deteriorate. Over time, the West Coast mentality of addressing E spreads to the South, to the East, and eventually over the entire country. And E begins to be dealt with in the proper way, in a more peaceful way. And I guess what I got out of that thought when I had it, or the illustration, it just played out in my mind on Sunday, actually, Sunday morning, about midday or something like that, is that we have to know our purpose, we have to know our place. Though we all have a box of tools in the garage or in the shed or in the utility room, it's not meant for us all to be able to fix certain things. Now, me, I'm not a pro at any type of repair work, but I will bootleg the devil out of something. But there are individuals who have a natural skill and ability to take the same tools that I have, but do something totally different and better than what I can do. And I know and I feel that a lot of the issues that we face in society, in our world, and in our country have a lot to do with individuals stepping out into purposes that don't belong to them, or stepping out of line and not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing and letting those things go neglected to where things just don't work the way it should work. Things don't work the way that God would prefer they work because sometimes we just don't know how to listen. We're hard-headed. I'm guilty. I am. And I've said it before, I'm impulsive. Had a conversation yesterday evening about my impulsiveness. And I'm getting better about that. And the thing that helps me with it, or helps me with those areas that I used to be impulsive, where I was impulsive, or areas where I might have been weak in terms of my patience and my discipline. The thing that helps me the most right now um, is trying to have a stronger connection and relationship with God, first and foremost. Prayer, meditation, scripture reading, but also having people around you, a person, a group of people. There's always got to at least be one good friend, a best friend, somewhere around you, if at all possible. And I'm just suggesting, I don't know. Some people are fine by themselves and do good, but you have to have a person in your circle with a good heart, with good intentions, who loves you and only wants what's best for you. And this person will never lie to you. They will be honest with you, even when it may hurt your feelings or bite into your pride. Um, it's good to have that individual to tell you when you're wrong, or to help you process certain things in your mind and even in your spirit. Because I can honestly say nowadays I do take more time to think about things. My initial response may still be somewhat impulsive, but at the same time, I asked for a moment or two, a day or two to think. It was told to me yesterday, hey, sleep on it for a week. Not just a day, but a week, Brian. Sleep on it for a week, dude, before you make any major decisions, anything that's going to concern your future, your kids, your family, your life. We never want to rush into those things. We shouldn't rush into those things. But back to the point of knowing your place, staying in your lane. I think we all got a little work to do in that area. I know I do. And nobody's perfect. So, again, I think everybody has a little work to do. Whether it be whether it be minor work, major work, a lot or a little, or just a small tweak for some of us. But we have to be humble and know where we need to be or who or where we need to go for the proper direction, for the proper guidance in terms of our purpose and whatnot. So that's all I got for right now. Y'all have a good night. I love every one of you. It's still Monday, yeah. Happy Monday.